Alright. And we on Shabbat Shalom. We was already at Deuteronomy 10, so we're going to go right back there. Dabarim of Deuteronomy chapter 10. Dabarim of Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12.
And now, Yasharel, what do YAHUAH thy Alahym require of thee? But to fear YAHUAH thy Alahym.
But to what?
But to fear YAHUAH thy Alahym.
So that's what we going to be discussing. Because I want to ask all y'all the question. It says that, and now, Yasharel, what does YAHUAH thy Alahym require of thee? And it says, but to fear YAHUAH thy Alahym. So if someone comes to you and they ask, what does it mean to fear Yah, to fear the Most High? What would y'all tell them?
I would say to look at it as far as a child and a parent. As a child, you fear disappointing your parent. You don't want to let them down. So it's like doing what it is that your parent asks of you because you know it will please your parent.
Okay.
Yeah. Same thing with Corey said, and to love them with all your heart.
Okay.
Well, Corey said, just to respect that.
Respect?
Just to respect.
I would say to revere him and give him esteem.
Not be afraid to be that light.
I would say to respect him, you know what I'm saying, to keep his command, to do what he say, to respect somebody who does what he say.
What do you think it means to fear Yah?
Yeah.
Respect? What?
Do what he say.
Yes.
And to be obedient and to know that he wants us constantly, you know, do what he's
Obedience. Okay.
I agree with him to obey, have respect, do what you're supposed to do when you said you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I say, respect him, keep his commandments. If, when you respect somebody, you're gonna show them that you love them. You're gonna listen to what they say.
So he's saying that this is a requirement, right? Read verse, same chapter. 17. Deuteronomy 10:17.
For YAHUAH the Alahym is the Alahym of Alahyms, and the Master of Masters, a great Alahym, a mighty and terrible, which regardeth not persons nor taketh reward.
Okay, so he says that YAHUAH is mighty and terrible. That's your father. So he's saying your father is terrible, right? So we're going to look at this word in Hebrew. So when it says that he is terrible, that's the word Yarah. And it means to fear, revere, that's two of the words y'all said, or to be what? Afraid. So a lot of us, and most times, when we look at serving Yah, we're not looking at actually being afraid afraid of him. You see what I'm saying? To really fear him. Yeah, respect, obedience, but also, I know everybody here, I'm gonna put the fear of Yah, and you're gonna put the fear of God in you. You know what I'm saying? That's real. Because he said that he's a mighty and terrible. When you see that word terrible, most of the time he's talking about what he done in Egypt. The wonders he done, that's what he's talking about when he say terrible. The plagues he done in Egypt, when they're saying terrible, that's talking about his wonders. You see what I'm saying? But him being terrible, we're going to look into that, right? So, Yashayahu 8, that's Isaiah chapter 8. And we're going to look at verse 13.
Sanctify YAHUAH of hosts himself, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread. And he shall be for a sanctuary, but for a stone of stumbling and a rock of offense to both the houses of Yasharal, for a gin and for a snare to the inhabitants of Jerusalem.
Read verse 13 again.
Sanctify YAHUAH of hosts himself, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread.
Let him be your fear, and let him be your dread. So it says sanctify yourself to Yah. What sanctify means? Set yourself apart to him, right? But it says when you do that, let him be your fear and let him be your dread, right? So let's look at the word dread. That's the Arax. Same word, kind of like earth, pronounced the same way. It says to tremble. That's the first definition. So it says let Yah be your dread. The first definition is to tremble.
Hello?
Shabbat shalom. So when you hear the word dread or to fear Yah, that definition says to what? To tremble. So if you trembling, you afraid. You fear him. Which creates what? Obedience. Which creates what? Respect. For the fear of Yah is the beginning of what? Knowledge, right? So it says to tremble, to dread, fear, oppress, break, to be terrified. To be terrified. It says to feel dreadfully, right? James chapter 2, verse 9. And then go to Bereshit 28:17. Dwayne. We had James 2 and 9.
But if ye have respect to persons, ye commit sin, and are conceived of the law of transgressors. For whosoever shall keep the whole law, and yet offend in one point, he is guilty of all. For he that saith, do not commit.
That ain't what I'm looking for.
You looking probably verse 19?
Yeah, 19, my fault.
Thou believest that there is one Alahym, and thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble.
Say that again.
Thou believest that there is one Alahym, thou doest well.
So you believe that there's one mighty. You believe that there's one Alahym, YAHUAH. So he said, you're doing well. You're doing good already. Then he said what?
The devils also believe and tremble.
So it say the devils believe and they what?
Tremble.
They tremble. So if you serving Yah, and you say that you're a servant of Yah, and Isaiah 8:13 say, sanctify yourself to him, let him be your dread, let him be your trembling, right? So those who don't even believe, the devils who go against him every day, they do what? They tremble. So if you serving Yah, there's never been a time that you got shook, or that you trembled, or that you read something that literally scared you, there's something wrong with you. Because this book supposed to scare you. This is scary. Death is scary. Sin is scary. Going against his commandment is scary. He wants you to be afraid of him. That's how we all must feel. Because even the what? The devils what?
The devils believe. And they tremble.
And they tremble, right? So we have Bereshit 28. Genesis 28. Verse 17. Genesis 28:17. Yeah, start at 16.
And Jacob awaked out of his sleep and said, surely YAHUAH is in this place, and I knew it not. And he was afraid and said, how dreadful is this place? This is none other but the house of Alahym, and this is the gate of Shammahim.
All right, so this is Jacob, or what they call Jacob's ladder, right? So he said, at verse 16, he said, surely YAHUAH is in this place. So he said, the Father is here, right? After that, he said, and I knew it not. And he was afraid and said, how dreadful is this place? So he said, the place that YAHUAH is in, the place where YAHUAH came to him, it was dreadful. It was trembling. This man was scared, right? Which created him to later on, we saw that Jacob was serving for the rest of his days. But if you don't have a trembling and a fear and a respect and you fear him and revere this man and you tremble for him, how you going to serve him? Because if you're not scared of him, you're going to go against him. If you're not scared of your parent, what you going to do? You're going to buck. You know what I'm saying? He got to a point when I was about 15 to 16 years old, I started to buck against my mom. Like she'll just say something and I'll run up on her. I'm talking about in her face like, I mean, what, you going to beat me? I literally got to the point I was not afraid of her no more. And guess what she did? You can't stay here no more. You got to go stay with your daddy. Because she knew what? I wasn't going to do that with him. Because I literally was scared of him. I was literally afraid of him. Like literally. That's all somebody say, I'm going to call your daddy. I would get scared. Like, I'm all right, you straight. You can have it. So when I went to go stay with him, I can't even say this day's been a time I would never do it to this day. And I'm grown. I got a child. I'm still scared of this man. It's there. It's just in me to be afraid of him. That's the same way that Yah wants to instill in us. He wants you to be terribly afraid of him. And I'm finna call your daddy. Nah, you straight, don't call my daddy. You know what I'm saying? Don't call my daddy. You know what I'm saying? You in the office, they finna call your parents. You like, you trying to find ways to finesse. See, I had my grandma number on the line. And that was the old house. So every time they was calling, they hit the old house. When I went to Ed White and they had to redo the contacts, now they got my daddy number. So when they call, I ain't going to the office. I'll skip school before I go to the office. You're not gonna call him. I want to tell him myself. You're not gonna call him. Because if you call him when you work, I'm gonna tell him. You feel me? I'm not gonna get in trouble off your face. You see what I'm saying? But that's how we gotta look at him. That's how we gotta respect and be trembling and afraid of him, right? That's how I just wanted to open up and show that. Now we finna actually go and see some examples of it. Go to Alahym or Deuteronomy 2:25. And then one of y'all get Joshua 9. So we had Alahym or Deuteronomy 2. We have verse 25.
It's good you said that though, man, because like just thinking about the Christian church, how some of us come up, all they ever talk about is love, 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 love. They don't really talk about the fear of God. They don't go into that.
That's true. I mean, because the church, they talk when they, like we said, we going over fear. Everybody know to fear someone, to respect them, but we really going into this and seeing exactly the standard he set when he's saying to fear him, right? So Alahym 2:25, Deuteronomy 2:25. Who got it? There you got it.
This day will I begin to put the dread of thee and the fear of thee upon the nations that are under the whole Shamayim, who shall hear the report of thee, and shall tremble and be in anguish because of thee.
All right, so he say, this day will I begin to put the dread of thee and fear of thee upon the nations. So we finna go over exactly what this talking about. When we came up out of Egypt, like we said, anytime we see that word terrible, that's referring to the wonders that he brought in Egypt. So he said, because of that, of what his name was, people gonna be scared of what? You. Not because of your face, but because of me, I'm gonna make every nation afraid of what? You. So therefore, all you gotta do, he said what? My requirement, we read in Deuteronomy 10, my requirement is for you to what? Fear me. So if you fear me, all the other nations gonna do what? Fear you. That's simple though, right? Right, so we're gonna read it again, 25.
This day will I begin to put the dread of thee and the fear of thee upon the nations that are under the whole Shamayim, who shall hear the report of thee, and shall tremble and be in anguish because of thee.
So who shall hear the report? It say, who has heard the report? That's the word. So they hearing something. They don't heard the report. What report they referring to? We know they're referring to Egypt. These boys just got in the wilderness in this Red Sea. Every Egyptian in the lake, under the Red Sea had killed chariots, all that. You don't think that traveled through the land? You don't think people hearing about that? Hey, them boys got out of bondage. They used to be slaves. Now they're killing people. So the report is going throughout what? The whole land. Not off your face, but off of him. Because we did what? We feared him first, right? So now go to verse 26.
And I sent messengers out of the whole wilderness of Chemoth and unto Shion, king of Heshbon, with the word of peace, saying, let me pass through thy land, and I will go along by the highway. I will neither turn to the right nor to the left. Thou shalt sell me meat for money, that I may eat, and give me water for money.
All right, you start right there. So what we're going to focus on is hearing that report, right? So hearing a report of something, that means it has built what? A fame. It's a fame about you. People know you. Oh, y'all know that boy. Oh, y'all know DJ Stanley. You know him? You see what I'm saying? That's a fame. That's because people have heard your name, right? So now YAHUAH is building what? Fame on his name off of us. Just because the way we live in, his name is brought what? Fame. And because we fear him, nations gonna what? Fear him as well and fear us, right? Joshua chapter 9. Let's see what verse we're gonna go to. So we had YAHUAH, Joshua chapter 9. Let me see what verse I want to go to with this. Let's just start at verse 20 for right now. Hold on, let me see exactly where I was at. Yeah, matter of fact, let's start at the top. So we have Joshua chapter 9. Yeah, let's start at the top. Start at the top.
Came to pass when all the kings which were on this side, Jordan, the hills and in the valleys, and all the coasts of the great sea, over against Lebanon, the Hittite and the Amorite, the Canaanite and the Perizzite, the Hivite and the Jebusite heard thereof, that they gathered themselves together to fight with Yahushua and with Yasharal with one accord.
All right, so all of these nations, these Canaanite nations, are all gathered together to fight against who? The children of Yasharal. Because they what? They heard. They heard that we was coming, right? And they know who we serving, right? So go down go to verse 7.
And the men of Yasharal said unto the Hivites, peradventure ye dwell among us, how shall we make a league with you? They said unto Yahushua, we are thy servants. And Yahushua said unto them, who are ye, and from whence come ye? They said unto him, from a very far country thy servants are come, because of the name of YAHUAH the Alahym. We have heard the fame of him, and all that he did in Mizraim, and all that he did to the two kings of the Amorites that were beyond Jordan, to Sihon king of Heshbon, and to Og king of Bashan, which was at Ashtaroth. Wherefore our elders and all the inhabitants of our country spake to us, saying, take victuals with you for the journey, and go and meet them, and say unto them, we are your servants, therefore now make ye a league. So
look, what's going on right now?
They trying to join Yahshua.
They saying what? We your servants. We gonna serve y'all. But look, go back to verse 9, and it say, and they said to him, from a very far country, because of the name of YAHUAH thy Alahym, for we have heard of the fame of him and all that he done in Egypt, right? So that's what we're talking about, that word terrible. Everything he done in Egypt, that just spread out. Everybody know about it, right? So because of this fame, it say our elders came up to you, and they say, hey, take victuals. So what's victuals? That's gifts. That's presents. Hey, I know y'all coming. Hey, we heard y'all done killed them boys on the other side of the river. You see what I'm saying? We here now. We got some gifts, some victuals for y'all, right? Because he said we're going to be your what? Your servants. So because we fear who? Yah. The nation's going to fear what? Us. But if we don't fear Yah, what you think a nation, why would a nation be scared of an Alahym who doesn't come through for his people? Well, they say they serve Yah, but we ain't never seen them do nothing, so we can go murder them, right? That's us right now. That's the position that we in right now. Since we haven't returned to that covenant, how can we be blessed, right? So all of us consecutively, right here today, returning to this covenant. Because we what? We trying to what? Fear our Alahym. But as long as we don't fear our Alahym, ain't no nation's gonna fear us. It's no power in if you don't fear him. He said, that's the what? My requirement. That's the first thing he said. These are my requirements. Fear me. Then you straight. But we can't even do that. You see what I'm saying? So he say, just because of his fame and what he done, you got all these nations coming unto us. Right? That sounds familiar though, don't it? All right? Let me see where we going next. Let's go to chapter 6. Same book, Joshua 6, verse 27. Chapter 6, verse 27. Go to, let me see. One now. Go to 26. Yeah.
Joshua 26.
26, no, Joshua 6, verse 26.
Yahushua adjured them at that time, saying, cursed be the man before YAHUAH that rise up and build this city Jericho. He shall lay the foundation thereof in his firstborn, and his youngest son shall set up the gates of it. So YAHUAH was with Yahushua this fame, which noise throughout all the country.
So it says that YAHUAH was with Yahushua, and his fame was noise throughout all the country. So because Yah was with Yahushua, or Joshua son of Nun, his fame went throughout all the country. That means everybody that knew him knew about Yah and knew about him and knew what he was coming to do. Meaning that they was what? Afraid. They was shook. You shook. You scared. You seeing what's going down. So he said, you see how scared I got these people? That's how I want y'all to be to me. That's what he want for us. You need to be scared of him because of what he can do to you. If you don't keep that mindset, it's easy for you to go out the way. It's not tight no more. Because if you don't fear him the way you're supposed to, that made it real tight then. You see what I'm saying? Now we going to, yeah, you at Numbers 14. Go to verse 15.
Now if thou shalt kill all this people as one man, then the nations which have heard the
Go to verse
fame.
14. Go to verse 14.
What chapter?
Numbers 14, verse 14.
And they will tell it to the inhabitations of this land, for they have heard that thou, YAHUAH, are among this people, that thou, YAHUAH, art seen thy face to face, and that thy cloud standeth over them, and that thou goest before them by day time in a pillar of a cloud, and by a pillar of fire by night. Now if thou shalt kill all this people as one man, then the nations which have heard the fame of thee will speak, saying, because YAHUAH was not able to bring his people into the land which he swore unto them, therefore he said, have he slain them in the wilderness?
Now it says, now if thou shalt kill all of these people as one man. So he said, if you kill all the congregation of Israel as one man, we're gonna touch back on this why he said he's gonna kill them. If you kill your whole people as one man, it says, then the nations which have heard of your fame will speak. Because Yah was not able to bring his people to the land which he swore, therefore he has slain them in the wilderness. Right? Right? So when the Mashiach was killed as what? One man. But he was killed for what? All of the people. All of our sins fell upon what? One man. And the fame of what he was doing had done what? Spread throughout the whole country, right? But then it said that because YAHUAH was not able to bring the people to the land which he swore to them, therefore he slain them in the wilderness. Oh, he's not going to rise again. Oh, he a false prophet. You see what I'm saying? Now they bringing an evil report because he slain one man, right? Because of the fame of this man, right? Let's go to 1 Kings 10:1. Yeah, 1 Kings 10:1. And then you at 1 Chronicles 14:7. 1 Kings 10:1.
And when Queen Sheba heard the fame of Solomon concerning the name of YAHUAH, she came to prove him with hard questions. She came to Jerusalem with a very great train, with camels that bear spices and very much gold and precious stones. And when she was come to Solomon, she communed with him all that was in her heart.
So all we're doing is looking at this fame, right? So it says when the Queen of Sheba heard of the fame of YAHUAH, she came to Solomon. She said, I gotta come see about this. I done heard about this. I gotta come see about this, right? You have 1 Chronicles 4:7.
And the sons of Haleah
14:7. 1 Chronicles 14:7.
and Ishmael and Belita and Ephraim. And when the Philistines heard that David anointed king over Israel, all the Philistines went up to seek David, and David heard of it and went out against them. And the Philistines came and spread themselves in the valley of Rephaim. And David inquired of Alahym, saying, shall I go up against the Philistines, and wilt thou deliver them into my hand? And YAHUAH said unto him, go up, for I will deliver them into thy hand. So they came to Baal-Perazim, and David smote them there. Then David said, Alahym hath broken in upon my enemies by my hand, like the breaking forth of the waters. Therefore they called the name of that place Baal-Perazim.
So look, we have verse 8, it says that, and when the Philistines heard that David was anointed king over all of YAHUAH, all the Philistines went up to seek David, and David heard of it, and he went out against them, and the Philistines came and spread themselves against the valley of Rephaim. So with this situation, this is another situation where David is consulting Yah. It's natural for a man to what? To be afraid of the fear, right? What Yah is going to teach you throughout this whole book. Fear not. How many times you going to read it? How many times y'all done read that? Fear not, fear not, fear not. He don't want you to ever put your fear in a man. That's the last thing he wants you to do. We are not to fear men on any level. Because if you fear man, that means when you go to work and somebody hits you with the Shabbat, that's going to be hard for you. Because you don't fear Yah, you fear man. So you're going to be, it's very hard. For a person who fears Yah, it's a very easy situation. It's really no brainer. But a person who doesn't fully fear Yah, but he fears man, he want to fit in to see what this man can do. He's making this man his Alahym. He's putting he's allowing this man to put fear in him that the way the Father wants you to fear him. And we don't even realize how much we do that on a daily basis. Somebody will say something that's against the word, and you trembling at what they said. Oh yeah, I know what's right, but he said this. Who you really fearing? You doing what's right because it's right, but you're still fearing the world. You're still fearing this man.
Hello?
You still fearing the instruction of a carnal instruction, a commandment of a man.
Hello?
On a daily, weekly basis, my boss hit me on that. What you doing Saturday? What you doing Saturday? And I just look him dead in his face. I'm not working. Like, I just look him dead in his face like, I'm not working. Like, I can't do it. But he asks me every week. It don't stop. Like, this is something that don't stop. He don't respect me. He don't respect that. You see what I'm saying? He don't fear the same Alahym I fear. If I feared man, in that situation, okay, this is my boss. I'm getting paid by this man. Okay, if I don't work, then there's a possibility that he may not pay me and I may lose my job. Therefore, I think I'm going to just have to do one or two. Right? That's a card. That's how, instantly, that's how we going to think, right? If you're not fearing Yah. You see what I'm saying? So in this situation, this was a position where David, if all of these nations, all of these Philistines, all these people coming against you, naturally you what? You shook. But you know who you got. YAHUAH the Alahym, therefore he came to console him, right? We're going to see it was a victory off of that, right? Okay, we're going to keep going. Let's go to New Testament. Let's go to Matthew. Chapter 9. What verse by that is? We talking about fame. Let's go to chapter 9, verse 28.
And when he was coming to the house, the blind men came to him, and Yahushua saith unto them, Believe ye that I am able to do this? They said unto him, Yea, Master. Then he touched their eyes, saying, According to your faith be it unto you. And their eyes were opened, and Yahushua straightly charged them, saying, See that no man know it. But they, when they were departed, spread abroad his fame in all that country.
So all he did was a miracle. He healed this person. And after he done that, what? His fame was spread abroad through all the country. You looking at what happened in Egypt as what? Miracles, plagues on these nations. In this aspect, it was good. But when I'm looking at that word terrible. Anytime you see terrible, that's working a wonder. So he just worked a wonder in the eyes of the people. Therefore, his what? His fame spread out through all the country, right? Go to chapter 14. Running from the top.
And at that time Herod the Tetrarch heard the fame of Yahushua, and said unto his servants, This is YAHUAH their mercy. He is risen from the dead. Therefore mighty works do show forth themselves in him. For Herod had laid hold on YAHUAH, and bound him, and put him in prison, for Herodias' sake, his brother Philip's wife. But YAHUAH said unto him, It is not lawful for thee to have her. And when they would have put him to death, he feared the multitude, because they counted him as a prophet. When Herod's birthday was kept, the daughter of Herodias danced before them, and pleased Herod. Whereupon he promised with an oath to give her whatsoever she would ask. She, being before instructed of her mother, said, Give me here YAHUAH their mercy's head and a charger. And the king was sorry, nevertheless for the oath's sake. And them which sat with him at meat, he commanded it to be given her. And he sent and beheaded YAHUAH in the prison.
So here we go. At that time, Herod the Tetrarch heard the fame of Yahushua. You being a king in a position, and you hearing the fame of another man in your country, what that's going to make you? You're going to be fearful. You may not be totally fearful, but you're going to be a little scared, because who this sound like? This sound like Saul. Not in the exact aspect, but when Saul saw that David was rising, he got what? He got scared. So every time he saw David, he took this spear, and he did what? He threw it at him. Out of what? Fear. He feared a man. We know that Saul didn't fully fear who? YAHUAH, right? He put fear in a man, right? Then you looking at here. He heard the fame of this man Yahushua, right? So he said, I gotta send a message. You know what I'm saying? I'm chopping heads. I'm finna cut off his main man head, right? So if you following after somebody Oh, let's say, you know what I'm saying, we all together right now. Any one of us heads get chopped off for this word. If you don't fear Yah, and you knowing that people heads get chopped off for the word, what's going to happen to you? You're going to be scared. And you may not stick with us, right? Because you don't fear Yahuwah the Alahym. You fear what? Man, right? So we finna look further into this. So we going to go to Psalm 22, baby. I'm going to Darius.
Psalms 20.
Yeah, Alahym 20 and 2.
Send thee help from thy sanctuary and strengthen thee out of Zion. Remember all thy offerings and accept thy burnt offerings. Salam. Grant thee according
Chapter 20, verse 2.
That's where you at? Yeah. Psalms.
That's not the right one. I don't know. You're looking at the verse where it says, let me get it for you. What is talking about? I'm gonna find it for you. 1 second. 22. My fault. 22 and 13. Psalms 22 and 13.
They gaped upon me with their mouths as a raving and a roaring lion. I am poured out like water, and all my bones are out of joint. My heart is like wax. It is melted in the midst of thy bowels.
Oh, that still ain't there. Hold on. We'll bump that. Go to 1 Peter 5:8. And then you get 2 Corinthians 11:14. 11:13. 1 Peter 5:8.
Be sober. Be vigilant. Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walk about seeking whom he may devour.
It says your adversary, the devil, walks around like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour, right? So if a lion is roaring at you, what would you feel? You would be trembling. You would be shook. You're going to feel that. So let's say the adversary walking around is a what? A roaring lion. So we know that the number one requirement of what we just read to serve Yahuwah is to what? To fear him. Right? So we had 2 Corinthians 11. 2 Corinthians 11:13.
For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transform themselves into the apostles of Christ. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed to an angel of light.
So it says Hashatan himself is transformed into an angel of light. So you got this man walking around as a roaring lion, right? That's one characteristic. He wants you to what? Fear him. Then you got him transforming himself into a what? An angel of light. Meaning that he wants you to think he's a villain. At the same time, I want you to fear me, but I still want to be transformed into a what? An angel of light. So we supposed to what? Fear Yah. And he is the what? He is the light. So now you got Hashatan doing a full-on imitation of what? The Father. Or the Master. You see that? A roaring lion seeking who may devour. So that means that he wants you to fear him. I am the father of sin. That's what he said. If he the father of sin and he walk around as a roaring lion, he wants you to sin. He don't want you to fear Yah. He wants you to fear him. So now we at Daniel. Go to chapter 7. Verse 19.
Then I would know the truth of the fourth beast, which was diverse from all others, exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron and his nails of brass, which devoured, brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with his feet.
It said the truth of the fourth beast, which was diverse from the other, who was exceedingly dreadful. So who is this beast? We don't went over this. Who is this beast? Anybody? Son of perdition, right? Right? It's the anti-Mashiach right here, right? So it says that he shall be what? Dreadful. Exceedingly dreadful. We just said that Hashatan walk around as a what? A roaring lion. Then he manifests himself as what? An angel of light. Then you got this fourth beast, the son of perdition coming, and he wants to be what? Exceedingly dreadful. He wants everybody to what? Tremble, fear. Because if you don't, what it say gonna happen to the saints, or the Kudashim? They shall be what? That's guillotine right there. He wants you to what? Fear him. So how, if the son of perdition, this false prophet, is exceedingly dreadful, and he wants you to fear him, and he wants you to take his mark, all that, but we can't fear Yah. We can't tremble at him. We trembling at this, but we can't tremble at him. We trembling at a roaring lion. Every time you see it in your life, guess who you fear? Hashatan. You didn't fear Yah. You showed Yah, hey, I'm straight. Oh yeah, that's what's up. If you knew, I knew a little bit. I knew something was bad. I knew not to steal and lie and stuff like that, but what I still did. Because I didn't what? I didn't fear Yah. I feared Hashatan. Because I didn't want to kill my flesh. That's scary. You're not scared of this? Scared of this for people? Yeah, you can't do this, that, and the third. That's scary to them, bro. I can't do it. I don't know how long. You're trembling at the fact of dying to yourself. So when this beast comes, and he's what? Exceedingly dreadful. How he gonna be exceedingly dreadful? Because it said YAHUAH the Alahym is what? Terrible, right? If he terrible, that means he what? He wrought wonders in the land. So when he come and bring what? Fire from heaven, that's what it say, right? He gonna work wonders in the land. You gonna be what? Shook, dread. But we not like that for y'all right now. So when it come, you not gonna be ready. Because you already supposed to be trembling and scared. Oh, a beast coming, the false prophet coming, that's not gonna be serious, that's not gonna be real. No, it's real right now. You supposed to be trembling right now. So when he come, it's not dreadful. You laughing at this man. Bro, I fear Yah. I'm scared of this man. I'm shaking right now at this man. Exodus 19, Shammuz 19.
They said fear the one that can assume the body.
Yeah, you fear the one who can kill the body, but not the one who can kill the soul. You put your fear in a man. Shammuz 19. We're going to go to verse 14.
And Moses went down from the mount unto the people and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. And he said unto the people, be ready against the third day. Come not at your wives. And it came to pass on the third day in the morning that they were thunders and lightnings and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet exceedingly loud, so that all the people that were in the camp trembled.
They trembled. It said on the third day, he came with thundering, lightning, and a sound of a trumpet. So when this man comes back, it's going to be what? Thunder, lightning, and a sound of a trumpet, and the whole earth going to what? Shake. So you going to wait till then to tremble when this man already done this and showed you and told you to fear him, to tremble for him? And then this beast coming exceedingly dreadful. You know what exceedingly dreadful means? That means that if YAHUAH is dreadful, it said that YAHUAH is what? A dreadful Alahym. It said he's exceedingly dreadful. Meaning this man gonna be doing stuff that YAHUAH ain't even probably go as hard on with his doctrine, with his law, with his whole thing he doing. Meaning I'm gonna cut off your head if you don't do this. You don't take this mark, I'm gonna kill you and your family, and I'm gonna make everybody turn on you. That's exceedingly dreadful, bro. The whole earth gonna fear a man. Every nation. Right? So when YAHUAH brought us up out of Egypt and that fame came and that report came, that's what he's gonna bring back. Because he say that just like Pharaoh, I don't know YAHUAH, your Alahym, I'm not gonna let y'all go. I don't know him. But then when he brought all the plagues on the people and we got let out, he said, hey, surely this is the true Alahym. Hey, let them go. Boom, that's fame right there. Hey, y'all heard about YAHUAH? Hey, y'all heard about the YAHUAH? You heard about the boys? Right? So when the master come back, and we reigned for 1,000 years, and all the nations coming to serve us, it's that same thing. They heard the report. They saw the report. They got the beast with them at the same time. He gonna what? Deceive the nations. And they gonna try to what? Come again. Because they what? Fear this man. But this man, we just read that it said even the devils what? They tremble. Even the devils tremble. So this man who was an enemy of Hashatan, the book saying that he already trembled. So you following a man that's scared of y'all. And you fearing him. But he fear y'all. He'll let you know that. Oh yeah, that's him. You know what I'm saying? I already know that. I already know my end. Like, yeah, I'm scared of that. But I want you to go with me though. And you actually fear that. And you like that. You see what I'm saying? So that's the point, or that's what hit me this week of thinking and looking into that word fear. Because we always have a concept of, okay, to fear Yah is to respect him, which is right. It's to obey him, which is right. None of y'all answers was wrong. None of them. But do we take the time and look at it as, okay, do he mean to actually be? I want somebody to say that, yo, I can't serve a guy who wants me to be scared of him. How can I be? Why would I want to serve someone who wants me to be scared of him? Like, people think like this. They think like that. So when something comes that wants you to be scared of it, a man come to be scared of it, you'll be scared of him real quick. But I don't want to serve a God who makes me scared of him. And that's retarded, really. It's that backwards. You see what I'm saying? So we have to have our mind stayed on him in the aspect of a trembling. Because it said, Isaiah 8:13, it says, sanctify yourself to YAHUAH. Let him be your fear and let him be your dread. Let him be your trembling. So that when something comes that's exceedingly dreadful, how you going to be able to tremble at it? Because you already trembling at the highest of the high, right? So praise Yah.
Praise Yah. That also makes me think about when Rebecca